World Rally Championship, and it's the season opener in Monte Carlo. This year, the championship is wide open with no defending champion running the full schedule. Now, Matt, you've been looking forward to this. You've been putting it in the chat for ages. Do you agree that this championship is wide open?
Yeah, it is. Starts tomorrow. We've had the shakedown stage today, of which Oit Tanak was fastest for Hyundai. But it gets underway in the Alps above Monaco. It is the Monte Carlo rally, as it always has been, but it's not actually based in Monaco. And actually goes nowhere near Monaco this year. It's based in Gap, and the stages are a little bit further north away from the coast, which means we've got a good chance of some better, depending on how you would look at it, weather for the weekend, and we should see some snow and ice throughout the weekend, which always brings some drama, especially with those dark stages that we've got coming up tomorrow. It is open for the season because we've got, as we've documented on this show already, and we talked about on our predictions show a few weeks ago, Kalle Rovanperä, the double champion and defending champion, not coming back to defend his title on a full-time basis. He and Sebastian Ogier are going to be sharing the Toyota duties in the third car, which presumably means that Elfyn Evans is going to be the Toyota team leader for the season, but he's going to have tough competition with Oit Tanak and Thierry Neuville in the two Hyundais nipping at his heels. Comment from Joe says, I think Evans is the favourite, but he needs to be near perfect if Tanak and Neuville are consistently up front. It's going to be between those three all year. The caveat will be, thank you, Adam, absolutely, go Ravens on Sunday against the Chiefs. Everybody wants the Ravens to win. Otherwise, it's going to be a Swifty bowl. What was I saying? Yes, Ogier and Neuville sharing that car. So they're going to come in and do well, but then they're going to disappear again. And it's going to be an odd season where we're going to have that throughout the year while the championship battle is going on between Evans in the Toyota and the two Hyundais of Oit Tanak and Thierry Neuville. The third Hyundai car is being shared throughout the season between three drivers, Andreas Mikkelsen, Esa-Pekka Leppi and Danny Sordo, and Takamoto Katsuta is in the second full-time Toyota Yaris. Two Fords from Adrian Former and Greg Bra Monster in the M Sport Fiestas. But it all gets underway tomorrow night in the darkness on the infamous Sisteron stage, which is going to be great TV viewing. If you can get near a screen, then make sure you've got WRC in front of you tomorrow evening for us here in Europe and afternoon in the US.
Absolutely, as you say, an early favourite for the Rally Monte Carlo is Sebastian Ogier. Now, of course, as we were talking about it just now, did most recently win the title back in 2021, and he claimed the Grid Ranking World Championship in the same year as well. Now, last year, he won 3 of 8 races he entered. This year, the 2023 WRC champion Kalle Rovanperä is only running part-time. So you mentioned about the two Toyotas as well going on there. Which part-time Toyota Gazoo Racing WRT driver do you think will have the most wins this season, Rovanperä or Ogier?
I think you have to look at Ogier's performances last year. Okay, he was unlucky at times. He had a puncture and went off the road in Greece, I think it was, somewhere, and where he was up front and then ended up crashing because he had a flat tire and fell off the side of the road. But one thing to look out for this weekend, it is Ogier this weekend at Monte. Rovanperä starts his season in 4 or 5 weeks' time in Sweden for round 2. Ogier going for his 10th win on the Monte this weekend. He grew up in Gap. The service park is in Gap. It couldn't be any more than a home rally for him this weekend. He literally knows the roads like the back of his hand in all conditions, snow, ice, sunshine and dry. So Ogier had to be the favourite for this weekend, you would assume, but he's then going to take some points away from those other full-timers. Something also quickly to mention also this year in WRC, where they've changed the point system. So at the end of Saturday, we'll have a leaderboard, of course, and then on Sunday, we'll have the overall, and then a Sunday leaderboard, where if you do well on the Sunday, you can score points or more points to your overall finishing position. So it's a bit like these sprint races in MotoGP and F1, where we've got extra points being handed out for a kind of separate leaderboard, basically. So there are all kinds of points championships going on Sunday at Monte. The overall the overall standings, the Sunday standings, and then the Power Stage standings as well. So it's going to be a lot to keep up with across the season. And those championship extra bonus points being handed out on Sunday may well decide where the championship's going, especially if people like Rovanperä and Ogier are battling up near the front and taking points off the two front-running Hyundais of Thierry Neuville. Back to the original question, I think Rovanperä probably is going to win more over the season than Ogier. But something else what we'll get to throughout the season, road order position will be key for these guys because it runs in championship order. And if you're a bit further back in the championship and not interested in winning the championship like these two guys aren't this year, they're only out there for rally wins. It could be interesting to see how that plays through.
Yeah, you mentioned about Hyundai as well. They've both got Tanak and Thierry Neuville on the same team. Hyundai clearly wants to end Toyota's championship winning streak. While it would be good for the Hyundai team to win the title as a manufacturer, both of their drivers really want to be the one to win the Drivers' Championship themselves. Now, is this Hyundai's best opportunity to win the title, or is Toyota still the favourite, as you say, with Elfyn Evans leading the way?
Well, Tanak is a world champion, of course, won it for Toyota in 2019 and ever since has wanted another one. It just hasn't come to pass. Of course, this is be his second spell at Hyundai after being there in 2020. Neuville, the forever bridesmaid of WRC, has been so close on a numerous occasions, but he's always had Sebastian Ogier beating him to the championship most of those years where he's come second. So those two are going to have to get along. You feel there's going to be some fireworks between them at some point throughout the season. It's not like, of course, WRC, not like the traditional circuit racing where the guys are on the track or stage in this case at the same time, but there's going to be surely something will go on throughout the season between them two. It's going to be up to team boss Cyril Abiteboul to keep them both in line and hope that they play fair with each other, and the focus will be on beating Evans over the season, and then obviously Ogier and Rovanperä over their selected rallies throughout the season. It's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out.
Similar people keeping drivers in line. You're talking mad there, Matt. Yeah, you're talking mad, man. That's nothing. He's not going to get in control. I just want to say at the end of this as well, best wishes to Ben Constanduras, who is not doing well at the moment as well. He's not commentating this weekend with the World Rally Championship, and he's also got a back problem as well. So I really hope he recovers well. A brilliant broadcaster and a great friend as well to us all.